Hey guys, this is the Kaiser of the East here, and today we'll be bringing you two replays in the Tiger 1, which is my favorite tank in the entire game. It's much better than the Tiger 2, which you get afterwards. So the first match will be on the map Normandie, and let the show begin. So, right off the bat, we play very aggressively this match because the Tiger 1 has very good speed. It's a heavium, which is a combination of a heavy and a medium. It's got the speed and mobility of a medium, along with the armor of a heavy. It also has a really good gun. It has decent gun depression, but its main part is that its gun is fast firing and it's accurate, which is not something you see a lot of in this tier. You usually see more of the Russian heavies, like the IS and the IS-2, that have these big derp guns that can't aim for their life. Like, they can't hit shots. Whereas the Tiger 1, you can hit things. Like, that's great. So right here we push up on the comet. I don't know what the comet's doing, but we use the gun depression to get a few shots on the comet. As you can see here, we're just barely hitting the hatch on the comet. Like if this was an IS-2 or KV-2 or whatever, it's not hitting that. It's going to go somewhere else. Right here we can just get some nice shots on the comet. And we see that the Tiger P and the Dicker Max are flanking around. Fortunately, the Nashorn blocks my shot. Something that's been happening to me very recently, like a lot recently, is that people just block my shots. It's really annoying. I'm aimed at a target and they just come right in front of me and they block my shot. So we do finish off the comet. We turn around and we see that the Tiger P and the Dicker Max are coming up. Unfortunately, we do bounce the Tiger P, but right here I try to use the rock for cover and I try to side scrape. The Type 60, our Panther engages the Type 64, which is probably the smartest decision he could have made, as facing off against the Tiger P probably would not have ended well. We don't have the gun depression to get around that ridge, and our SU-100Y decides to commit suicide. We do get a nice shot on the Tiger P, and the Dicker Max, that's how you pronounce it, pushes up. I try to HE him. I just can't HE him, so I get the AP shot instead. I try to side scrape, but this tank it doesn't have enough side armor to side scrape. Unless you put it like at an extreme angle, it just can't. And Tiger P gets a shot as we get caught on the rock. So right now I decide to ignore the Tiger P and Dicker Max, and I go for the Type 64 because he's really low. So I turn my armor around to meet these two tanks, as my frontal armor is the best part of my tank. And then we do get a bounce, and now we can face off against the Dicker Max and the Tiger P. Unfortunately, our teammates are going to come up here and they're going to finish these two off. We had a great game. We get around 2k damage this game, and we get 2 kills. So right here, we just get a few more shots on the Tiger P and the Dicker Max to put our damage over the 2000 mark. At tier 7, this is really nothing impressive, and this gameplay was just to highlight the accuracy. It was just like kind of to showcase the Tiger. The next replay is the one that it's a better replay than this, for sure. I perform a lot better in the next one, but yeah, so that's the Tiger 1 for you. It's accurate gun, it has good armor, good mobility, good gun depression, all that. So we finish off this game with 1000 damage we finish off with 2396 damage and 2 tanks destroyed. Our next replay is going to be on the map Hellas. We are also top tier. I didn't get a lot of bottom tier matches in my Tiger 1, which something I really like about this tank is its lack of, it gets into top tier a lot. Like, you don't get put up against tier 8s that often, at least not for me. But anyways, we also play very aggressively on this map. I don't really like the map Hellas just because of how open it is. Like, there's no cover for a heavy tank like me. These pillars don't provide a lot of cover. Like, you can hide maybe the front of your tank behind them, but otherwise it's not really helpful. However, if you are a tank that has good gun depression on this map, it will work wonders, because there's a lot of very small inclines that you can use to hide your hull, or just to peek up and take shots at the enemy. So we see the M6 A1 and the T29 are on two sides of us, which isn't good. And unfortunately, we do bounce that shot on the T29. We go down here to get low, and we get a nice shot on the VK. We pull back behind the rock. The SU-122 is going to get into the way because he doesn't have a turret, and he's just going to get into the way. But he does prove to be somewhat helpful this game. Fortunately, the T-29 does get a shot on us, even though we're trying to side scrape. Pull back again. We do get a shot on the T-29, but we take one in return as well. So the SU is taking shots, and I decided to help him instead. We pull back over this rock, and we get a nice shot on the VK. Pull back again, and this is when like the SU gets in the way. I'm not trying to like block the SU, but I'm trying to like hide my hole and like my weak bottom plate from the M6. So we do bounce the M6, and we get a nice shot on him. We're going to get another one as he backs around the rock. So right now I can see that the enemy team has lost a medium tank, and that the T-29 is actually going in a very good position. It's in a hold down position. So I decided to go down near this slope because I don't see anyone in it, I don't see anyone around it, and both of the tanks that are guarding this, I guess it's a sewer? This looks like a sewer. Both of the tanks are really low, so I decided to rush the VK, and we take him out of the match. So now this is like the best position that I basically got myself in. I have teammates on my left and right, so no enemy is going to be flanking around. And we push up, and right here, this is where tanks with good gun depression really shine. Tiger has 7 degrees of gun depression, which isn't really good, but it's more than enough. Unfortunately, we do bounce the Su-100, but we get a few shots off on, no, we miss the IS. Yeah, we bounce the IS. Unfortunately, our Su-12244 gets taken out, and stupidly, the T-3485 is going to rush here again, but he doesn't have the gun depression, so he's going to poke himself up, and he's going to get absolutely destroyed. We do get a nice shot on the IS, and we get a few shots on the Nashorn, who's going to pop up around here. Our T-3485 is going to get destroyed because he's low, and we get, like, right here where you can just see us using the gun depression of this hill, and we're like trying to get shots on the enemy, and we haven't gotten any shots in return because we're like hiding that lower bottom plate. We only have our turret exposed, and we just barely snap that shot on the Nashorn. T-71 thankfully doesn't make the mistake of the Su-122 and T-3485. He doesn't push up and get annihilated by the enemy. He decides to play defensively, and we can get a few more shots, especially on this T-29 over here. Pretty sure our teammate finishes off the Nashorn, and we're just going to focus on the T-29 because he has a good gun, he has good frontal armor. We got to get him out of the game. So we finish off the T-29 for our 3rd kill of this match, and now the only tank that's left on the enemy team is the IS, and he's in trouble. He's got an SU pushing on him, and he's got a T-71 pushing on him. And I get around here, and we get the 4th kill of the game. We end off this match with just over 2,600 damage, and we have 4 kills. So yeah, this is just to demonstrate like the Tiger 1, and it's like using the Tiger 1's pros to its advantage. Tiger 1, really you should play the tank pretty aggressively. You should use that gun depression, use that accurate quick firing gun, something that a lot of heavies lack at this tier. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.